So I'm sitting here and I just got done listening to the video from I thought it all started August the 12th of 2021, but then it tried to trickle over into October. Like literally people was waiting in October. That's like 2 months for something to try to occur so they could try to catch me up in and just start something with me. And I just listen to the replay and stuff like that, and I almost wanted to feel a type of way about me going off and going in the way that I did and cussing and all that stuff, but I had to just say, you know what? I know I was pissed off. I know what happened, and some of it was recorded. Some stuff wasn't recorded. Some stuff, where the stuff be initiated, it wasn't. But I had to, of course, give myself some just give myself some credit and some slack because I know I don't be bothering people, but I played it back and it still upset me the same and similar as when it first happened. And I was just in here like I feel good because God has just gave me ways to maneuver and not worry about the enemy like that. But I still don't, well, I feel good. I don't want to go away from that, but I just still feel like not enough has been done or taken place as far as, them just being deterred from ever doing that again. Like, I don't feel like they learned their lesson at all. I feel like they just continue to keep doing more and more to even, continue to get it sparked. But like I said, so August the 11th is the day before it happened last year. It happened on August the 12th, initiated and stuff regarding her so-called husband. Um, yeah, but regarding the so-called husband and stuff, and of course, even before that, if we want to talk about, regarding the grandkids, even just getting stuff stirred. I let children be children. If children want to tell on something and say what they want to say, that's fine. But it's the way that the so-called adults responded, such a nasty way, nasty tones, never peaceful. Don't sit down and have a peaceful conversation about stuff. Just want to go and just crazy little stuff. So I'm like, wait, what? And then, of course, that got me to thinking back on even when, what's his name? So called great, not his great aunt. It would be my kid's great aunt, but yeah, except that I don't claim her for them. But, his aunt or whatever, he came over here, stirred up something on that day. Then his aunt ended up calling the police on me, my house. They just kept calling the police, CPS, just everything. Every time I damn turn around, but they would not try to hold him accountable because he, even with him starting it, they wouldn't look at, oh, he came over here. How did this even start? They just looked at what was going on after. And again, it was the fact that I responded and I said something. Again, I was out there in the front yard because God literally moved on me to move to the front yard. Again, I don't like that. I don't like what I dealt with and felt like I endured on that day, but I believe that I did what God had me to do. Their so-called dad asked for help that night before. I did not want to help him at all, but I was out there before he pulled up. And I didn't. Now, could I have chosen to go in the house and leave? I feel like I almost believe that I could, but I don't know if it was just meant for me to. Um, and just not engage at all. And it started off with me saying and talking and saying something to him. And again, they just wanted to interfere. They just want to be in my business, my life, and stuff regarding him at the time, of course. And just wanted to interfere and want to feel like that they doing something and even, I guess, saving the day. But all the while, y'all don't see, to me, it's like all the while you don't even see the criminal. And even with these so-called neighbors, y'all don't even see the criminal that's right there up under your nose. Even there, there were potential with him because he's still young, but still, he's right there up under your nose. He the one you need to be watching, but he got you trying to watch me as if I did something to him. So he's just one of those little boys that can, with some type of spirit that can manipulate early. People put him on a pedestal and he think, I guess, that everything's supposed to be his way. And I mean, I wasn't trying to break him, but if it got anything to do with me, that's not gonna be happening over here around me. I live here, I reside here. You always come to visit, and then you gotta go home. So anyway, oh, what is the name was just like, he just was a grown version of, hey, I can come over here and get something started, and then it's going to affect her. It's not. I'm gonna be gone, so it ain't gonna it ain't gonna look like it's me. And I didn't record on that. Well, I recorded some stuff, but I didn't record him, of course, on that day. That's what should have been recorded. Um, because he was the culprit. And again, I don't even really want to go back there. I might need to, but I don't want to, and I don't feel like going back to that. But but even still, he is the culprit. But they decided to still, just cut the whole damn fool on that day and them days or whatever. And I just be like, man, how do y'all not see the one that's truly doing stuff? So as always, I learned to just say, hey, God, you know the details, you know what the stuff that people don't see, you know the stuff that I don't know and what I don't see, as far as what people are truly really doing, regarding this whole ordeal. And so I just be I'm trying to actually win this game. I just be praying that, God make it right, because he knows really truly what's going on, who started what, where something started, where, you know what I'm saying, where it came from, where the madness came from. And I just, like I said, I just don't feel like I feel like he's kept me calm and kept me at peace and gave me ways to have peace and not get on edge about whatever they're talking about and whatever they be feeling. I'm thankful for that. I don't want to reduce that. That's something major, because it's good to be able to deal with things in a peaceful manner instead of emotionally driven. And that goes back to what seed was planted in me anyway, and that I just took heed to, and I was like, okay. But sometimes I don't feel like I have that full moment to be like, oh, I need to calm down before I respond. I really don't. I literally just be ready to go in, and especially specifically when it comes to my kids, when you bother with my kids. With me, some stuff I could just see, and I just be like, I am not finna go back and forth with you on that. Because you definitely big man. And if you're hostile, if I could see that we could sit down and we can peacefully have a conversation. But some stuff just happens so quickly that you'll be like, oh, shoot. But the fact I can either choose to go outside, don't have to come in the house if something going on, don't have to respond. But again, when it came to my kids, I was just like, oh, I didn't think like that in that moment. I felt like, oh no, you really trying to try me for real, for real, in a stupid, retarded, remedial way. Then when I say that to myself, and I be like, okay, so you dealing with somebody that's stupid, retarded, remedial. Again, not trying to be disrespectful or derogatory. It's been known to be that because people use it like that, trying to pick on people. But, you really dealing with some people that really probably, to me, they be needing to be in some asylums, but also, they might need medication or whatever, but they need some kind of treatment or whatever. And because I worked in that field, at least around people like that was that. And then I guess people be feeling like I don't have issues or something like that, because, I don't know. I feel like it was home training, or it was some kind of training that was just embedded in me to, hey, this is how I need to respond. But until they bother with me, why she ain't responding like us? Why she ain't act? Cause I'm not gonna do that with y'all. I don't want to put my energy into that. I don't want to. I want to make sure that I got enough energy to wake up the next morning and interact with my kids and stuff like that, and do what I need to do as a mother, be alert and regarding them. I don't care about y'all. I was about to say I don't care about y'all enough, but I really just feel like I don't give a damn about them. It's a whole lot. Like, and I guess that's what they upset about too. Damn, how can she just go on like, living her life like, and not, but I'm telling you, it's that get down or lay down. She ain't get down with us or do what we want her to do. And I'm not. And I just kept telling her I'm not finna do what y'all want me to do. I'm not finna do that. And it goes back to dude saying, oh, you need to act like a trained BITs. What train? What? Where's the training coming from? And depending on who and what it is, no, I'm not. Maybe y'all need to stop acting like y'all so damn conformed and scared to say something and speak up for your rights and stuff. And instead of, calling the cops or calling somebody else on somebody, and it's prematurely. But anyway, I mean premature. I said prematurely. It's petty because you just want to be petty. You want to be mean because you just don't fully understand, what's all going on. But and I don't either. I had to learn. I definitely don't understand. But I didn't think before that I needed to know. And really, I feel like ultimately we not. The Bible even talk about, the what is it, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Y'all, we didn't need to know a lot of stuff. We just needed to trust God. But because of the fall of mankind, we didn't. Not we, because I wasn't there, but the ones who had the access to that. And of course, the Bible speaks about Adam and Eve, had the access to do that. So they're the ones that did that, okay? And it came on all of us because of what they did. But what? The enemy tricked them and told them it's going to open their eyes, and they're going to be like God, or they're going to know, and of course, something happened, something changed, and messed around and found out. He in control, so he got the right to know everything and all of that, but y'all not in control. Y'all didn't. He created y'all. He breathed in your nostrils. He took her out of Adam's side, of course, again, according to the way that it was told. So that means the creator do not have to. The creation is, you're not the creator, and it's just that simple. But anyway, again, before I go too deep on that, because I know it and understand it, but I don't know it. I don't feel like I know it well enough to be able to teach it to somebody to where they would understand it. I would paraphrase or get stuff, mixed up or whatever. Let me say this: Publix got some of the worst oxtails. Like, them things are nasty. And I need to be reminded not to buy any more ever again from there, because they are not good. And that's just that on that, because yeah. But yeah, it was just a bunch of ignorance and stuff like that. So basically, what they don't know or whatever, they be feeling like, oh, she knows something. Sometimes I'm guessing that's what it is. They be feeling like she knows something we don't know. I don't know what y'all don't know. I know what I know, and that's just that. But I'm not over here trying to even, like, just what you got going on. Go with that until that changes. Um, like, just know what you know until that change, till you attain more knowledge, or do something to attain more knowledge. And the best way I can tell you is to seek God. He'll lead you to where you get that the proper knowledge from, so you can operate in wisdom. But like I said, main reason I'm making this video is I didn't feel like anything much changed. I felt like it got worse. I felt like, yeah. And let me see, we ain't had words since last year. Of course, he came. Well, I don't know if it was my birthday or in my birthday month or something, and brought my food and stuff. But we ain't had words since last year. But I don't care. I remember that stuff like it happened yesterday. So that's why I be feeling the type of way. But they've been still, of course, put up the signs and stuff like that. And I just been doing my thing, where I just been definitely like, I'm just trying to mind my business. Leave me alone. And I literally, God knows, leave me alone before you up. God knows that 4 letter word. Yep, that one right there. Um, and I just didn't want that. I didn't want that to happen. I don't want that to be the way, because I'm like, I don't want to have to get in nobody's damn handcuffs because these people done provoked me. And they try to say it's my word against theirs. Then it's my kids gotta witness that and all. You know what I'm saying? Just crazy stuff. I feel like they was already traumatized enough when I was gone and didn't come back, because got put in again, handcuffs, jail, and stuff like that. And them people who put me in them handcuffs, they didn't give a damn if I had kids to come back to. They didn't give a damn about nothing regarding my life. Nothing. They didn't give me a chance to, you know what I'm saying? They just said, oh, it's disorderly conduct, and then arrested me for that. Like, detain me first, and then, oh, you're arrested. Just put me in there. And God knows the details of that, whether that was right or anything like that. But it all goes back to my own so-called mom called the police on me first. I got arrested because I walked past a so-called officer or a government official. And again, I feel like I did brush up against him. I didn't intentionally do that. God knows I didn't. I just was trying to go on about my merry way, my business, because I ain't feel like y'all ain't gonna stop me. I did feel like y'all can't stop me from if I feel like I want to leave, and I think they even told her that. She opened the door, let them in. They came in and talked to me right there. I remember I was standing in that living room, and then after that, they put me in jail. And after that, I can't remember what happened because it was a little slight blur, and I was a teenager, and I just was ready to do teenage things and stuff like that. And that's, people couldn't keep me on a certain type of leash, so that's what they chose to do. And like I said, I'm still here years later trying to figure out, well, damn, did she do right? Because would I do that with I don't want to do that with my kids now, because I'm like, dang, I see what that could lead to. I would like to try to solve it and resolve it while we're in the house, but for whatever reason, the cops got called and this and the third, whatever. And so, like I said, that's just been trying to follow me my whole life. Like, somebody will quickly call the damn cops on me. And me personally, I'll be sitting here, I'm not quick to call the cops on nobody. I'm not saying I won't call the cops, but I'm not quick to do it. And like I said, just because my feelings hurt or somebody being petty, I just don't do that. And I still don't think that that's right to do. Yet, it's your right. You have a right to do that. People have rights. So, you know, but I'm just like, man, y'all are really, really beyond wild. Just don't give a damn. And again, this is just stuff that they be trying to project on somebody else. That's really who they are. And that's why I just be like, Lord, you already know what this is composed of, what this person's makeup, genetic makeup is, what's going on with them. Are they already reprobate minded, or on their way or whatever? So I just asked God to heal, and like I said, I guess I'm in my feelings because I'm like, Lord, or I'm almost trying. I'm not in my feelings. Let me stop. But I feel like I want to get in my feelings because I'm like, Lord, I don't feel like you've done enough. I don't feel like you've resolved the issue. I don't feel like it's resolved because. And then just having that recent dream of even her even saying something to me, and I'm sitting here in real life feeling like, girl, you don't say a damn thing to me. You know good and well you better not try to tell me to say nothing, because it's nothing that you can tell me. Yet I still acknowledge the fact y'all didn't live longer than me. Y'all probably didn't seen a lot of stuff, this and the third, but it was the way that y'all choose to handle it, calling the cops on somebody instead of sitting down discussing it. It just makes me feel like that's a young person. So this is what I got to do. I got to call the cops on them, in order to get them to understand. I can't sit down and just have a peaceful conversation, because then truth is going to come out. Truth's going to come out. Um, their true colors going to come out for whether they know something, they knowledgeable about something or they're not. And then it's the pride thing. It's the pride and it's the ego thing. Oh, well, dang, this young person might know something that I didn't. Okay, well, we're supposed to learn from each other. What does it matter? So now I'm seeing that, that's definitely some of what it was. And I don't know if that's what it was regarding my own so-called mom when she did all that. Because I'm telling you, I wasn't documenting back then. I don't look, back that far. And I feel like that's grace over people's life when this is how you might get away with it because this person don't know to document this or don't know better. So this is but I do feel like that's still your chance to change too, to repent and stop doing whatever it is that, what I'm saying, you got no business doing, that you're trying to make it look like somebody else, or like say like you're raising a child or raising some children, and what comes out of your household it more than likely it's a reflection of you, what you allow, or either what you're training and teaching. Oh, my stuff about to die. And so yeah, I got pissed off earlier because my son keep on trying to put a freaking wait a minute. Keeps on trying to put a certain charger on my charger cord that I told him not to. Like, don't do that. And so yeah. whatever she was trying to cover up. And then I ended up talking to my see. Now I was close enough to sit down and at least talk to my grandma. I don't think she liked this when she was living. I don't think she liked the sound of it either. But I said, y'all gotta stop trying to cover stuff up to the younger generations and let it be known what really took place. And because it was certain stuff that she was saying, she was like, "Oh no, we don't talk about that." But y'all, okay, y'all talked about it enough to tell me about it one time. So now I'm wondering, like, well, what happened? And yeah, she was like, "Oh, we don't like to talk about that." What? I guess now you don't want to tell because my so-called mom had got picked up by somebody. I guess you don't want to say it because what? Y'all wasn't watching over her good enough? What? You don't want to admit that you wasn't watching your child good enough, or what? I don't know. I'm not gonna accuse, but what is it? And I was like, y'all need to stop doing that, man, because how else they gonna know? Me at this point, the only reason stuff will be kept from my kids is if they're not coming around me because for whatever reason. But other than that, and I almost feel like my so-called dad feels like that. Well, she don't reach out, and like he even supposed to have said, allegedly has said, she's supposed to tell me about her kid's birthday. I don't got to tell you a damn thing. You can be a parent. A parent that's reaching out to me, and then us talking about that, then you'll know. But you can also be a parent that's that makes me feel loved and cared for, and I didn't feel cared for. So why am I finna choose to be around you? So that right there just called. I mean, it's a whole lot that can factor in, and I can break it down or whatever. But for me, yeah, my daughter hasn't. When she did come, we sat down, she ate. I talked to her. I let her know the truth. I let her know about that suicide type watch stuff, all that stuff that I didn't get the chance to tell her because by the time I got out of there, she was gone. And again, to this day, I still feel like my daughter is not supposed to be gone and separated from my house. But anyway, continue to submit that to God. But like, man, stop covering up. It's a series that was recently done on covering stuff up, and that covering up leads to something else. So, and it goes back to the Bible where they try to cover themselves in fig leaves and stuff like that. Once they did what they did, that God told them not to do. So, I've been guilty of doing that before, covering up and trying to hide stuff, especially when I was younger. Now, I don't do it so much, or I don't do it in the same way because I just be like trying to stay undercover. Because this is, what I'm saying? I just feel like y'all don't need to be close enough to my life to scrutinize me or anything like that. But at the same time, I know, me and God knows, okay, I'm not doing anything that really truly needs to be covered up, but I'm going to do it just because it's my right. Now I'm on that. Okay, this is my right to mind my business. And for y'all to, I guess you want to sit there and wonder what's going on over here, then you go right ahead. Now you did some stupid stuff where you had access where you could see, but see clearly at least. Now it's just a little obscure or whatever the case may be, but yeah, so that's how I'm feeling about that whole matter. But just replaying that back and hearing her saying that, and then she called me she said something to record that, something, BITC something. I don't know. I was already recording. I was minding my business. I was doing a audio journal. I didn't set out to record her at all. That's what happened. And it was meant. Evidently, it was meant for it to happen. But yeah, but I know who did draw the certain attention to my household. Oh, what's his name? And then I know who sent out an invite, to for people to try to target me. What's his name? So-called aunt. And then they both are no longer over here. He doesn't come over here. She's not over here. Only her kids and stuff. So, that's two people or two generations too removed from over here that was targeting me. And I feel like, dang, I got to go and get another couple generations removed? But also not just them. Now I gotta look to my right and see y'all need to be removed. And like that's how I'm feeling. Remove. Whether it's death or whether it's just move or separation, you know what I'm saying? That's my prayer. That's my hope. But anyway. But yeah. And then it's like, well, who gonna be over there and who's gonna be left? Even one of my so called aunts or previously known aunts was saying that before, well, you don't like this person, you don't like that person. Who didn't realize that I'm communicating with her and I'm talking to her. What do you mean? Why are you so worried about I'm telling you what's going on with me and this person, but why are you so worried and concerned about me not, like, what is it? Why you get shaky? Why you get angsty and worrying about that? And then, of course, something came out of her as well. It's just like it was something ugly. And I'm like, wait, what? And after that, I was just like, ooh, well, maybe I am uncovering a whole lot that, you know what I'm saying? That's just, I had no clue. And I didn't mean to. And that's when I was like, oh, well, you know what? Well, I'm going to just steer clear of. And I mentioned what happened between me and her to somebody that I thought, but shoot, it's almost like, well, you keep mentioning and keep mentioning, they gonna look at you like you the one that's speaking up about stuff. And they probably feel like I already know about this. And you mess around and get to the one that actually is the one that intended for the stuff to go like this anyway. And that's why I was like, well, I don't, and I didn't. I got to a point where I'm like, I don't trust none of y'all. I don't trust none of y'all to even be able to tell y'all anything. I trust myself enough to just put this in this video type form right now and just leave it sitting here, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, if somebody comes across it, they come across it, that's supposed to. But other than that, just document. Because God knows the truth, and that's that. He gave me a brain to at least be able to do that. So I'm just like, okay. But I be feeling like, damn, I can't talk to nobody about nothing. I was talking to somebody about, and they didn't do nothing to me, but I was talking to somebody about my so-called mom saying she was going to call CPS on me because my son had got in the street and this and that. Well, she didn't really tell me all the details either, but because he had got in the street, that was part of it. But okay, do y'all think that the mom is supposed to be the one or the only one held accountable? Because I'm not. That's what I was trying to tell them. That's one thing, okay, hold me accountable. Yeah, your child done got in there. You're not watching them well enough, this, that, and third. Then I can explain to you, well, I was in there cooking and, somehow maybe he went out the door and I just wasn't paying attention and this, that, and third. Then it was my daughter's so-called dad talking about, you got her over there watching your kids. I definitely thought it was okay for my daughter to, if she was at home, keep an eye on them, or if she step outside, keep an eye on them. Sure did. Didn't think it was an issue. But he felt a type of way. Not that he wanted to do anything right by her and with her. I can't say what he's doing or not now, and what's right and what's wrong, only God knows. But just, I don't want you utilizing her to basically help my household, build up my household, the household that she resided at and was, of course, living at, and yeah, supposed to be a team player at. So you want her to go against my household? So anyways, with all that said, and you see how stuff just starts wrapping back around to somebody else or some other concern. And that would be my main thing. Well, why don't y'all get a true perspective on who did what, who really did what? So that way you can know where to start. Really, you can know that you need to be minding your business and cleaning up your own, working on your own stuff. But if you gotta say something, at least address the person that is supposed to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? Because again, if he can come over here, say something to me, and then he leave and go back and be somewhere peacefully where he, you know what I'm saying, and ain't nobody, he ain't being bothered, which I'm fine with peace. I was telling him, that's how I wanted to live, period. But it was like, it was you trying to steal mine, then you go over wherever, and I was trying to be a team player. But and then on that day, I'm telling you, I did not mean to help him on nothing, because I was finna send him a nice little email, but didn't send the email, a nice little email with some choice words telling him what I'm not gonna do and how I'm not, and how dare you even ask me. But then I said, okay, I'm not even gonna say nothing back to him. I took it a step further. I was like, you know what? I'm not even finna address him. Why? I'm thinking to myself, why would he think I'm gonna help him on anything? Honey, when I tell you God showed me better than told me that, oh, yep, you gonna help him. And that's why I said, and went out there and engaged, and he got his help. He sure did. And that's why I was like, well, dang. I mean, I felt like, well, God came through on his behalf for real, for real. I mean, in a major way, like stirred up a whole bunch of other stuff got stirred up over here. and then I was just feeling like, well, Lord, well, dang. He don't even, I did start feeling like he don't even be bothering with you like that. He don't even, but I don't know that man's, I truly don't know his personal relationship with God. I'm just be real. I don't know how much or how often he pray or whatever. But I just knew that what came out of him was ugly towards me. So I'm like, you can't be spending time in the presence of God talking to somebody like that and doing people like that. But, God knows the details. God knows how to meet people where they are. And that's just that on that. But I wasn't going to help him. And that's why I'm saying, Lord, I know good and well if he getting this type of help. And I know. And I've been knowing where my help come from. But I'm like, Lord, proceed, continue. I'll take it. And because I'm trying to tell you, I still got the email sitting in my email till this day. Just finna respond and tell him, I know you lying. I know you lying if you think I'm ever gonna help you on anything. Absolutely not. And it wasn't me. You know how some people be ready to tell you, nope, I'm definitely not helping you and this, that, and the third. They just be ready. Now mine was on a different type of, no, you don't. I was definitely like, you damn sure don't deserve no help from over here, period. You had it, because how was you already over here? I didn't ask you for help numerous times, specific ways that I asked for help, and you didn't try to work with me. You did a lot of times the opposite. You did what you wanted to do. Thank God it works out for the good for those that love him and are called according to his purpose. But look what you did. You didn't help me. You think I'm finna be, no, you think I'm gonna turn around and invest my, thank you for showing me that you wasn't finna do it like that. And now you think I'm gonna invest my energy into this. So I was not. I'm gonna tell you, I was empowered by God on that day. I was sitting outside, I was chilling, and I literally was in the backyard, and I came to the front yard before he pulled up. 10 or 15 minutes before he pulled up. The female was sitting on the porch with her trouble stirring self, and he sat over there, and it bothered me naturally that he just even sat over there and just talked to her and did not see his kids. But what you did say to me, you yelled across the street, you made reference to a man about what you think I would do to pay for my grass being cut. You know what I'm saying? Think basically saying I will be a whore for getting my grass cut. And even mentioning, oh, how's she gonna pay for it? She ain't got this. That's another thing. You talking about money that I don't get wrapped up in, except that I don't even say except, but when it's got to do with my kids needing stuff, yeah, and the household needing stuff, absolutely. But you really did stuff like that, and that's when, of course, I continued to realize, honey, something definitely ain't right about him. And when you notice that something ain't right about somebody, and again, it could just be flat out reprobate, but it just could be some mental, and it ain't at the surface at this point. It's definitely deeper. That's when you be like, oh shoot, I gotta realize why am I going back and forth with somebody who's got some type of maybe mental incapability or whatever. And at times I just of course it makes me know better than them, and I'm going back and forth with them. That's why I don't talk about people, because and then it wasn't before I didn't talk about people because I think it might show up in me. It was just more so because I thought it was the right thing to do. You don't gotta pick on nobody, whatever they got going on or whatever. You don't gotta pick with anybody with whatever they might have going on. But honey, that was that or whatever. And yeah, this all ties into all of it. And I'm definitely beyond. I feel beyond tired with it, exhausted. I feel tired of talking about it. I feel tired of mentioning this stuff on a daily basis. But I do feel like it's just necessary. I got to. This is my way of getting the word out there. If and however and whenever however God allows any of my videos to be seen or exposed or whatever. And then and really just exposing the enemy, and that's just that. Expose the enemy for who he is, and know and understand that he out here, he be trying it. I almost cannot believe that it is back to school time again, man. Again. I'm gonna take me some fruit out. I'm gonna eat that. I did eat the crab legs and stuff earlier. That was amazing. Oh yeah, I got stuff to make a salad in there, so that's what I'm gonna do. And put my buffalo chicken and stuff that I made yesterday in that. I just wanted to come out right, because usually, man, I be trying my hardest to make a salad, make it taste so good, like how I've tasted it. Honey, I be feeling. If you can't make a salad putting lettuce and certain vegetables in a bowl together and make it taste good. You know that remedial, retarded, and mental stuff I was talking about? Something ain't right. So they say the elevator don't rise all the way to the top floor. You a few grapes short of a fruit. Well, I don't want to be fruit basket at all. I don't want to be nobody's basket case. But yeah, something going on. And that's why I just be like, let me just chill out, stay to myself, find a way just to, I don't care. You can call me a punk. Y'all can feel like I'm a punk, whatever. I don't care. You know, punk's supposed to mean, punk got different meanings, but of course, punk's supposed to mean you scared of cat, this, that, and the third. Okay, y'all can feel like that. But then it'd be that moment I'd be like, but when I show you what I'm gonna show you, then what you gonna be saying? What you gonna say then? Because you gonna get what you've been asking for. That's where I be like, oh, y'all gonna really get what y'all been asking for, and it's gonna be in the worst way. Cause I always be feeling like if you gonna do something, you better go hard. You might as well. Now there's sometimes where I be like, nah, I'm only gonna dabble and do this a little bit, but it's rare because I try not to dabble on nothing. But if you gonna do something, go hard, honey, or go home, or don't do it at all. That's why I'm like, honey, on that video I just played back, I'm like, man, if she would have came anywhere near me, oh, I feel threatened, and I'm gonna bust this up right upside her head, and whatever else come along with that. Like when I bust you upside your head, I'm aiming for you to be able to drop dead, or I don't give a damn if you be in a damn coma. I don't care if you in life support, because you shouldn't be bothering with me like that. Because you either maybe you're uncomfortable with something about me, which really means you're uncomfortable with something about yourself, and that's on you, Hope. Don't bring that around me. I know I'm saying it like I'm getting stirred up again, and that's why I just want to calm down now and get off here, because I don't want to go there. I just feel like I had to revisit these days because it's been a year. It's been for that right there. What she did is come. It'll be October. It'll be a year, but it's been a year tomorrow that her so-called husband called the police because I told him, don't let your grandson get the ball in the yard. And like I said, I meant that. Granted, he done got the ball in the yard again, and that's why I'm like, Lord, this ain't supposed to happen like this. What's going on? And that's when I be, honestly, the enemy, and whether it's the enemy trying to creep in or just my flesh or whatever, like, okay, God, I'm ready to take matters into my own hand. I feel like, again, because I feel like, well, God told me to take this sign down. I did. I was obedient. But what if God tell you to do something, you obedient, and yet you don't see an obvious change, or, you don't sense a change at all? What do you do next? Do you take matters into your own hand, or do you just stand? And then really, I'm really asking that question in this moment because I really feel like I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I mean, I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing, which has been, maneuvering, finding another way to maneuver around it. Thankful that the little, I call him a little heathen, gone home. But yeah, what truly do you do? So I'm going to upload this video. I feel like I'm going to be back on here because I feel like I'm still going to watch some other videos and stuff. But we'll see how it goes. I'm definitely going to find me something to eat my fruit and stuff like that.